I'm going to say something that's going to shake you to your core. Dungeons and Dragons is set in a post-apocalyptic world. I'm Tristan. This is Heroes and Homebrew. If you'd like to support the channel, consider joining my Patreon or becoming a channel member. You'll get early access to videos, members-only live streams, and access to whatever else I'm working on, like dungeons or adventure sites or what have you. Now, on with the show. First off, let's take a journey back in time to the origins of Dungeons and Dragons. Created in the 1970s by Gary Gygax and Dave Arneson, D&D was heavily influenced by the fantasy literature of the time, like J.R.R. Tolkien's Lord of the Rings, Conan, and other pulp adventures. However, as the game evolved and expanded, fans began to notice some curious details that hinted at a darker backstory for the world of Dungeons and Dragons. One of the most compelling pieces of evidence for the post-apocalyptic theory is the presence of ancient ruins scattered throughout the D&D world. From crumbling castles to mysterious temples, these remnants of a bygone era suggest that the world of D&D has a long and tumultuous history. These are things that we put into our own games as habit. We add them to our campaigns, and we don't think about where they came from. Players take their characters into dark dungeons constructed hundreds or thousands of years ago. By whom? Why were they abandoned? What cataclysm could have brought about the downfall of these once great civilizations? In old school D&D, there's always vast tracts of unexplored wilderness teeming with strange creatures. Humanity is perched on the cusp of the known world and doing its best to hold back the darkness that seems to be ever encroaching on civilization. Adventurers go out and attempt to explore, map, and tame the wild borderlands, and in doing so find evidence of once great kingdoms and nations that are no longer remembered and have no recorded history. Depending on which setting you play in, it could be any number of things both hinted at and expressly explained. For instance, there's the Spell Plague, a cataclysmic event in the D&D lore that reshaped the world and altered the fabric of magic itself. Could this apocalyptic event be the missing piece of the puzzle explaining the ruined landscapes and shattered societies that dot the Forgotten Realms? It's certainly a tantalizing possibility, but the evidence doesn't stop there. Another key aspect of the post-apocalyptic theory is the presence of advanced technology in Dungeons & Dragons. From clockwork automatons to steam-powered contraptions, there are hints of a lost age of technological marvels lurking beneath the surface of this medieval fantasy world. In the adventure Expedition to the Barrier Peaks, there's an actual alien spaceship. Could this be the remnants of an alien invasion? The city of Sigil, located at the center of the multiverse in the Planescape setting, is a bustling metropolis filled with strange and wondrous inventions. Could these advanced technologies be remnants of a once great civilization that was destroyed in the cataclysmic events of the past? It's a theory that certainly makes you stop and think. And let's not forget the strange creatures and beings that inhabit the world of Dungeons & Dragons. From mind flayers to beholders, these otherworldly entities seem to have no place in a traditional medieval setting. Even in traditional fantasy like Lord of the Rings, few creatures like these appear. What if they are the twisted results of genetic engineering or magical experimentation gone wrong in the aftermath of the apocalypse? What if they are an evolution of what once was, creatures that mutated and changed to survive in this new post-Armageddon world? Original Dungeons & Dragons even mentions androids and robots as creatures that may exist in a campaign. These may be the vestiges of a once advanced civilization that has been plunged into the Dark Ages. The history and knowledge of this event is long forgotten, and those that are left explore the shattered ruins of the world and fight the monsters that emerged from the magical primordial ooze that was created during some unknown apocalyptic event. Imagine a world where ancient magics and forgotten technologies collide, creating a landscape of danger and mystery at every turn. A world where the ruins of the past hold the key to unlocking the secrets of the present, and where brave adventurers must navigate the treacherous and unforgiving terrain in search of glory and riches. It's a compelling and intriguing thought that adds a whole new layer of depth to the world of Dungeons & Dragons. And while it may never be officially confirmed, the evidence is there for those who want to use it and look deeper into the shadows of these fantastical realms. Simply keeping these ideas in mind as you create your campaign world or go on your next hex crawl could add a whole new dimension to your game. What if there's a point of light out there, a city untouched by the cleansing flames of extinction, a city whispered about in the backs of taverns where adventurers gather to hear rumors and plan their next delve? Maybe what some thought was a mountain range is actually the crumbled ruins of once great skyscrapers now covered in vine and moss. Brief glimpses of paved road underfoot deep in the jungle may confuse players, but make them wonder at what was once here before. Carvings in stone on dungeon walls in a language no one knows may set the party on a quest to discover who the long-gone author of these carvings was. Hic est finis mundi. This is the end of the world. Remember, these dungeons, crumbled ruins, ancient castles, and bizarre creatures came from somewhere, and what better explanation than a world lost to the mists of time and memory? A world that was once advanced and settled but fell victim to some apocalyptic event that eradicated most of the population, reduced its gleaming cities to dust, and gave birth to feral creatures. It was a world that was on the precipice of greatness, and then reduced to nothing in the blink of an eye, leaving behind hints and clues to what it was and could have been. There's technology and magic left behind, and for those bold enough to seek it out and bring it back to the light of day and make their world a better place as the remnants attempt to rebuild. So next time you gather around the table with your friends, take a moment to ponder the mysteries of the world you're exploring. Who knows what secrets lie hidden in the dark corners of the dungeon, waiting to be uncovered by intrepid adventurers. Keeping this theory in mind opens up new adventure possibilities as well. The need to find resources for small tribes of survivors, perhaps, or unlock the secrets of strange technology found in a ruined tower. And remember, whether you believe in the post-apocalyptic theory or not, the most important thing is to have fun and let your imagination run wild. Till next time, save a seat for me at your table.